Hi, I'm Kevin Heisler with Search Engine Watch here at SES New York, talking with Tom Cuthbert, the President and CEO of Qlik Forensics. Tom, welcome.
Thanks, Kevin. Happy to be here.
Tom, tell us a little bit more about Qlik Forensics, what you do for the new people to the industry who don't really understand what the challenges are with the click fraud problem.
So we've been working now for over 2 years on helping advertisers get what they pay for. You know, in the area of search, there's been an awful lot of activity and discussion and debate around the issue of click fraud, meaning invalid clicks, simply defined as clicks advertisers are paying for that they should not be paying for. So our product works with advertisers to help them get what they pay for by identifying that invalid activity, helping them get credits or refunds on that, but more importantly, blocking it from coming into their campaigns. And we also work on the publisher side with companies that are sending traffic in, as well as search engines, and helping them block that activity before it even gets to the advertiser. So we've been around for about 2 years working on this problem, very technical problem, and feel like we've been making some great headway recently.
So I would imagine the search engine must be thrilled with your activity and glad to have you on board and helping them solve this problem.
You know, it's been a really interesting relationship, in particular with Google over the last 2 years. You know, at first they began to talk about the problem as being really immaterial. You know, we're Google, we've got it solved, don't worry about it, trust us. But over the last couple of years, as we've released our click fraud index, and we've seen that the overall click fraud rate has gone from about 13.5% to now well over 16%. It's a problem that's continuing to grow, and it's just simply getting worse. So Google can no longer simply, keep their head in the sand about it. And so we feel like we've been successful in working with our advertisers and our Click Fraud Network members to kind of raise the awareness of the issue and work on some practical solutions about that. And that really is what we're trying to do, solve the problem.
So when you say Click Fraud Network members, can you tell us a little bit more about how that works?
Sure. So we started the Click Fraud Network about 2 years ago, and we wanted a place where advertisers could come, get a free use of our product to kind of help them identify if they have click fraud or invalid activity on their campaigns. That network has now grown to over 5,000 advertisers, and it includes advertisers and agencies from all the different vertical markets spending money on all of the different search engines. And it's a place for them to come and get information about click fraud, not only on their own campaign, but the aggregate information that we publish on the Click Fraud Index.
So it's a benchmark for the industry and can also help them solve the click fraud problem individually at each corporation?
Very much so, and that network has also led to another organization that we launched about 1.5 years ago called the Click Quality Council. This is now a council of about the largest advertisers and agencies in the space, as well as many of the publishers, ad networks, the search engines, Google and Yahoo participate and have addressed the council. We meet monthly to just really talk about the problems around click quality and how we as an organization can try to take a leadership role along with others in trying to work towards some practical solutions that make it a better place and more profitable place for advertisers to spend money.
Now, the major search engines settled lawsuits related to click fraud. Didn't that solve the problem for the industry?
No, it didn't. In fact, in many ways, it's been a real source of frustration for advertisers because while the Google lawsuit was settled for $90 million is the number that was out there actually was very little money paid back to the advertisers, and that's been a source of frustration. You know, one big step that's occurred that really has been a tipping point in this has been the fact that the lawsuits are now behind us. The search engines are beginning to work more with the IAB and other organizations like the Click Quality Council to develop standards. But what's been needed, what the real key, Kevin, has been, is for everybody to come to the table and to work together. You know, Qlik Forensics has data that the search engines don't have. And so the real way to solve the problem is for us to join together and join forces. So we announced yesterday on our click fraud panel that Yahoo has chosen Qlik Forensics and is teaming with us to really work to solve the click fraud problem. And we're doing that in a way that's a safe environment for advertisers, that it enhances their trust, and it's a very practical solution. And Yahoo should be commended for being the first to step forward to do that. And so it's a big step, big announcement. It's a competitive advantage for Yahoo to have a third party involved. I mean, the advertisers that we're working with, and as you heard on the panel yesterday, it was really very well received, and it's a competitive advantage. But beyond that, when you look at, for example, Google's Q4 earnings that they missed for the first time, a lot of that had to do with traffic quality, and they tried not to talk about this, but there was a great deal of a discussion online about monetizing MySpace and why that's been so difficult for them. And so traffic quality is a material problem that's getting worse, not better. And I think what we saw in Q4 with Google's earnings is the very first time that it's had a material and very public effect on these search engines. And certainly Yahoo has taken a very different approach in the way to solve it.
Now, you had a terrific panel yesterday, but why did everybody get along so well?
You know, I love that because we've tried to be independent and just really be an advertiser advocate through this entire process. And you know, over the past, 2 or so years that we've been doing these panels, and Shuman Ghoshmanjumder from Google and I have become friends, and I really have a great deal of respect for him personally and appreciate those discussions and debates that we've had publicly. But I've had several people come up to me before the panel that were really looking for some fireworks. And, you know, I think given maybe a little more time, there might have been some more. But there's certainly things that we disagree on. But I do appreciate the fact that, we have these opportunities to discuss this at SES and other shows. And it's a great way to kind of air these things out and really all of us focus on what the interests of the advertisers are, because they're our customers. They're Google and Yahoo's customers, and they're the agency's customers. And so they're the ones that we need to be listening to and discussing solutions around them. And that panel certainly is a good opportunity to do that.
Do you see Yahoo taking the lead and then encouraging Microsoft and Google to follow with a Vice President of Marketplace Quality?
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, we've been pleased with the response from Ask.com, for example, and MSN has visited with us multiple times. And so I think that what you'll see and what the Yahoo relationship is really a template for the way that this problem will be solved in the future. It's going to take third parties and search engines to work together. So, yes, I think that Google should follow behind Yahoo in that sense. I expect that they will. And we've already had that discussion and hope that as time goes by, that everyone will kind of fall in line with doing this the right way, because this is the right solution, the right way to think about the problem.
Thanks, Tom. That's really helpful, I think, for our viewers and our readers. And thank you for taking the time away from the busy crowds here at Search Engine Strategies New York.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
And stay tuned for more interviews from Search Engine Strategies New York. Thanks.